priests and nuns and various religious people and non-religious people, and we just had this extraordinary concert. And we're going onwards and upwards with quite a meaty session now. I have with me three extremely fine poets, two of Sri Lanka's finest, plus one who sadly isn't with us today, Anne Ranasinghe. She is Sri Lanka's Holocaust poem as well, a poet. She's lived in Sri Lanka for 60 years, and I'm really, really sad to announce that she's coming to be here because it's not so well, and I think as you go, they do tend to get more nervous about public appearances. I get to try my best to get her here, sadly, no. What she's done instead is she's given you a bunch of her poems. If you have time, I will read those 5. If you don't, I will read 3 or 4. But do look through those because those are the poems representative that she chose, and she actually had me in there rehearsing with her. And she taught me how to pronounce German and all that. So I will leave those with a very, very brief background on those poems at some part of the proceedings. Now, this festival has so far been all about girl art, as we saw in some of the more recent sessions. So I thought today we would start with a man on the panel. Sean Borodale, flown here courtesy of the British Council, just missed winning the T.S.Eliot Prize as nominee. We were rooting from here because we already got him, and we were very afraid he wanted to refuse us. But he was nominated, didn't ask him to win, but that doesn't say about him next year. And he's just been announced as the Creative Arts Fellow at Trinity College, Cambridge, which is a huge deal. So, over to you, Sean. You can just tell us very briefly who you are and what you are, because we don't know you. And then I will ask you to read a couple of your poems, and then we'll briefly discuss. We don't have too long, because there are 4 poems to close. So we'll start with Sean.
Thank you for inviting me here. I work as, well, for many years I worked as an artist. I studied at the Slade School in London, and from that point was always interested in words. And poetry was something of a latent force within much of my work, though not used directly. I started after graduating, started writing whilst walking and making long documentary poems written whilst walking. And the walking act is a kind of a way of generating a metabolic rate or pulse for dealing with the idea of the poem and how the poem comes into being. What I was actually doing was encountering things along the way that might have become poems that, through a forced abandonment whilst walking, they never came into being. So I simply loved the things that interested me, that I encountered through my senses. And this way of writing and walking, I think, is tempered much of the writing that I'm now doing, which has a kind of documentary approach, in that I tend to write live. I go out with an intention of what I want to work with and work in situ on location. I was very interested I went back to teach at Slade and talking about media, and which involves media from film, animation, anything, so a lot of time-based media. I was very interested in how, actually, if you take that approach and apply it to poetry, how a poem might work in a way that much time-based media works, working with real time and replaying time and holding durations and suspended time. I became very interested in what time is in the act of writing. And from that recent work, in a way, view the landscape that I'm working in as a theatre for the act of writing. So when I came to write about bees, about 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, I started keeping bees, and I suddenly realised that the hive, in a way, was the centre stage of the theatre, the wider landscape in which I'd been living, but understood in my human terms. The bees, in a way, gave me access to a different way around the landscape, scale, a different pace. So that's the sort of rough evolution of my writing, which brings me up to be here.
This idea of time, it's, I think first we need to hear some of the poems and then we'll discuss it, because there's something very curious in your writing to me.
It's only when I lost my nerve that bees tried to sting me.
Talking about this, very curious to my untutored, naive, curious use of words. It's very non-linear, and yet the meaning of one word leads into the next. So you get a very, very good sense of what you're trying to say, and yet the words do not follow in an ordered pattern. I mean, are you unusual in this respect in your sort of way you use words? Or is it quite, sort of, is it more like that way, used a lot by other words?
I'm not, I haven't measured myself to find out, but I think it's maybe comes from my process, which is writing aloud. I don't catch the moment before it's evolved, or before I sort of try to shape the moment. So I think working with bees, you literally step into their cloud, their organism. So you have points distracting all the time, which moves. So it's that sense of presence and content, which I think maybe sort of trying to snap first before it disappears. So that builds a kind of trust position, which is really quite a personal test to our place.
So you're trying to track time into place as it's flying, just grab it and just put it there. And all the poems, these ones are very, very rooted in this very kind of, I wouldn't say stable landscape, fixed landscape, which is lots of stuff moving around, and you're just trying to track that thought. Just that. It's extraordinary, it is beautiful, but it is very dense. It is quite difficult for a layman to understand. Do you expect us to read the poems and try and get it, or do you want us to go through very quickly and try and fix an idea in our brain, or how do you imagine us reading those poems?
Well, I think there are two ways of reading the poem. Very simply, you listen and you some of it falls into or you analyse and you find other patterns which exist within what's doing words. Poems are necessarily any text, not just order. So
which would you have us do, or would you have us do both?
Which do I?
Yes, would you like to read this?
Well, I would also like us to go back and read, and also to listen to the ways they read. So I think the poetry also should be there is a useful meditation which flows through the words and the lines.
Yes, I certainly noticed that. So it's important for either you or someone to read and learn aloud to people. Does it bring out an extra sense of the words, or is that important to you that the poems are read aloud?
I think sometimes not to know something to be written. The poems that you are written on the page, but very often you must ask writers the way of composing aloud, I suppose. So the voice is entirely with the word on the page. And that's quite important to me as a writer. Writing isn't just what's on the page, but there's this system in the air, it moves around and disappears.
Okay, before we go around into our Sean materials I thought I'd just keep on to Anne's poems that you dispersed. For those of you who don't really know or not aware, Anne Ranasinghe escaped the Holocaust as a young child. She put on a train, became a transport. She arrived in England, met by an elderly, distant cousin who wasn't really interested in her either. He packed her off to boarding school at the earliest possible opportunity. She survived there, and she went on to become a nurse, and she met a Sri Lankan doctor, married him, and came back to Sri Lanka. I once asked her, so what do you really consider yourself? Are you German? Are you Jewish? Are you English? Are you Sri Lankan? And I think she really completely asked that question. But what she meant was that she was actually more Sri Lankan than anything else. So we claim her as one of ours, and actually as one of our finest. She selected a few poems on human identity. And this one, I think she's just met an Israeli bunch of people in Sri Lanka, and they're just gone. And I think she's feeling a certain regret and loneliness. It's called arrival and departure. Sometimes I long for November in a cold climate. The dreary evening closing in, city streets shining with rain and street lamps, making pools of shadows. Gardens bare, except for the last golden chrysanthemums, shaggy in the rain. Here, under this alien sun, probing strange intangibles, I searched under the deep nerve's core, the unrecorded, unadmitted totem and taboo. In vain, of course, for knowledge, being only knowledge, is neither involvement nor belonging. And to me, prejudice and superstition, mortal feud and naturalistic fears are only abstractions, not tested certainties, anchored in blood and tears. We are what our heritage has made us. Our unextinguished past burns in blood and flesh and bones. And just as it is not possible to learn a people's history and thereby become part of it, so also I cannot share my heritage. Your arrival confirmed this, rekindled the flame, and in so in your going, a new diaspora. But do not say that these have been wasted years. Implicit in every arrival, there is a departure. We who are left will judge the interim. Nor is it the going that matters, but the manner of going. Standing here on this far shore, my naked feet sunk deep into the sand, I watch your ship depart. Proud wind unfurling sails, and taking you beyond my last horizon, towards your certain destination. Thank you. Okay, I'll just read one more. It's called I Speak. I speak not through the language of those who know all the answers, but through the words of the helpless, searching for images that drift through memory, to make a hope line out of exile. For even in the promised land, I am a stranger. Eternal fugitive from a native landscape, I carry with me the marks of all my sojourns, the tension between past and present, and guilt and breaking tradition. Betrayal of the generations, no one can restore what has been lost. It is in forgetting that we can live our daily lives, but we must survive in order to remember. Thank you. 2 points by